What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Sunday's stream. We're into an international break now, but plenty of talking points going into the 2-week break. I think it was a pretty good week for a lot of people this week, and it was weird for me. I got some points this week, which hasn't happened very often in recent times, so I was very happy with how things went. But how are we all this evening? I've already seen a lot of good scores in the chat. Give me lots to talk about. I think one of the two biggest talking points are probably, do you triple up on Leicester, and which 3 players do you get? Do we switch Man City players to Liverpool players? I think that's going to be quite a big bandwagon, especially after what happened today. So, yeah, lots to talk about. 52 points, ouch. Can Brandon Williams be a good 5th defender? No, don't think so anyway. D up to lunchroom next. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my transfers. Before we jump into that, though, I'll get my team up on the screen pretty quick. As you can see, 654 points overall now, a rank of 655k. So the Mane goal hurt me quite a bit. That dropped me about 100,000 places, I think. But overall, it was a good week. I mean, 655k is still pretty bad, but it's better than 993k, which is what I was. So it's like a 300k green arrow after a 700k red arrow. So pretty happy with that. But before we jump in and show you my team for this week, or show you how my team did for last week, just wanted to talk about the sponsor of this stream, OneFootball. If you've not already checked it out, it's a completely free football app. Show you all the football news, team news, live scores and stuff. I was very happy this week. So I got plenty of live scores, which were points for my team. I was out today to get a kind of push notification showing that Salah had scored. I was very happy about that. So it's on Android, iOS, so tablets, phones, etc. Click the link in the description below, or just search OneFootball on the stores. You can download it for free and check it out. Very good app. Highly recommend it. Okay, so this is the team. The bonus points are in. Harry Maguire. Man United conceding just 1 goal again. It's extremely frustrating. They've actually conceded less goals than Man City this season now after today's 3-0 win. They've still not conceded more than 2 goals all season. But obviously that doesn't matter when you need 0 for a clean sheet. So the team looked good. Obviously I took the -8 hit for anyone that didn't watch, anyone who hasn't seen me bang on about it in articles, videos, Twitter, etc. Sterling out 2 points, more payout for 2 points, and then a -8 hit because I had to fund it by doing Dendoncker in for Greenwood, and then Vardy in captain. I would have captained Abraham if I hadn't bought in Vardy, so there's a few extra points there as well. And obviously Jimenez getting his goal and 3 bonus points was pretty sweet. So I was really happy with those transfers. Like I said, I've kind of rebuilt my team now. I'm not behind on transfers that much. I still need to get rid of Yarmolenko. For anyone that watched the deadline stream, I was considering doing it. I think one of the reasons I didn't is one, because I thought he was going to start. And to be fair, he did get a good amount of minutes anyway. And also, I think the fact that I did the Maguire transfer late on a deadline stream kind of put me off doing another one. But like I said, it was just another 4-point hit. If I bought in Maddison or Martial, it would have worked out, and I would have completely had my team reset. No transfers to make this week. As it stands, I've got 1 free transfer, and I probably need to make a transfer. The interesting thing is, for my team for next week, and it's probably easier if I show you what it looks like for next week before we get into the main talking points. Obviously, we're still 2 weeks away. Anything can happen. But I've got 2.1 million to spend, so I can do Yarmolenko to Martial or Maddison. It doesn't matter which one. But I could also do Diop to Lundstrom and just play 4 at the back this week. Lundstrom playing against Man United, will he get a clean sheet? Quite possibly. Will he get attacking returns? Possibly. So it'd be interesting. Diop needs to go. I mean, Diop's not a rush though. I mean, basically, let me show you a tweet that I put out today. One of the many tweets I put out today, as always. Let me show you this. See what you think. Okay, Diop is not a rush for me, to be honest. So this is a tweet I put out today. So now this does include Maguire, right? But this is a tweet I put out early this morning. These are my defender fixtures for the next 3 game weeks, and none of these fixtures include Diop. I didn't even look at what Diop's fixtures are because I just don't want to play him. So this week, obviously, a lot of away games. So I could bring in Lundstrom, and he'd have Man United at home. But then it's all home games in game week 14. I think the Everton at home game is Soyuncu. So the other 3 are Tomori, Maguire, not in that order, but Tomori, Maguire, Trent. And then it's all home games again. And this is without owning Lundstrom. So Diop is not a priority for me in any way, basically. Sure, if I could do Diop to Lundstrom, and I may well do that. But it's not, Diop out is not at the forefront of my thoughts, to be honest. So yeah, we'll talk about that more. But yeah, I don't know what to, I'm not 100% sure on what to do next week. Obviously got a couple of weeks to decide. Lucas, you're number 8 in the whole game. Is that correct? Let me see. Let me check on the overalls. Number 8. Not a person called Lucas. Or is this something else? Man United are inconsistent, play Lundstrom. I know, look, again, Maguire, yeah, you could go to Lundstrom. It feels so sideways, though, to do that. Will Man United keep them down in terms of goals? The problem, obviously, is the thing that's going in my around in my mind. What if Lundstrom is the one to take away Maguire's clean sheet? I mean, that will just really hurt. I will say this: Lundstrom is coming in by game week 15, so he's definitely going to come in. It's just when do I do it? But anyway, I forgot to do polls before I started the stream. I've been pretty busy today and this evening. If you want to vote on them, click on the top right hand corner. There's a little eye. You can vote on the polls. So I put some in quickly when the stream just started. So if you can't see them, you've probably got to refresh. Should we ship? Oh my god! Should we ship Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne for Liverpool mids? I think people are thinking about that. I'll tell you my opinion soon. Who's the best option between Maddison and Martial? Is a Leicester triple up essential? And will you double up on Liverpool mids? Salah obviously scored today. The ankle doesn't seem to be troubling in terms of minutes. Took the goal pretty well. Good fixtures coming up. Should we sell him? Not sure I want to right now, personally. On the WKDs with Vardy, what took me so long? I know. Look, the thing is, it's one of those things like you can't... There's no point in dwelling on the fact that I didn't have Vardy for all those good points. Like, I wasn't expecting a hat-trick against Southampton. Like I said, my missus asked me that for that week, who should she captain, Sterling and Vardy? And I said, I'm not going to say anything. Who have you captained? She said Vardy. And I said, oh, interesting. And she automatically knew that I thought that was wrong then. But she kept it anyway and did well. But, yeah, it's the way it goes. Lundstrom is a bar width away from scoring again. I know. The Spurs game was on in Ireland on TV, and I just couldn't watch it. I played Call of Duty instead and tracked the score on Twitter. I just could not watch Lundstrom do so well. But yeah, Lundstrom after Wolves away is the current thinking, but we'll see. It kind of comes down to, see, Mane is a bit of a problem for me now. I think I want to double up on Liverpool midfielders. There is no way of doing it apart from taking De Bruyne out. That would leave me with no Man City midfielders, which I'm not actually too worried about. And I think the only way to fund it is basically with a -4 either this week or next week. So I think the simplest way to put it is I would have to get Tielemans instead of Maddison. I do prefer Maddison, to be honest. Tielemans instead of Maddison, and then to fund it, I'd have to do basically Maguire to Lundstrom, Yarmolenko to Tielemans, because Yarmolenko has to go. Like, Yarmolenko is much more of a player to get rid of than Diop, and then De Bruyne to Mane. So I could do that for a -4. I could do Tielemans in this week, or I could do Lundstrom in for Maguire, either one. Obviously, Lundstrom in for Maguire means I've had to play Diop or tomorrow, which I don't really want to do. So Yarmolenko to Tielemans would probably be the one. and then the week after, a 4-point hit to get rid of De Bruyne. So that would be 2 hits to get rid of Man City players. The thing is, though, what I quite like about that is I get De Bruyne for the Chelsea game, and I do think the Chelsea game could have a few goals in it. De Bruyne is owned by 40% of the game. Expect Pep to get a reaction out of City in the upcoming fixtures. Here's the thing, right? And let me know what you think about this. And maybe this is too simple a way of thinking about it. Okay. Who would you captain? Look at the fixtures, and who would you captain out of De Bruyne or Mane? Now, obviously, there's a price difference, right? So it's not as simple as who would you captain. But you could say the same with Sterling. For those thinking of taking Sterling out for Salah, Mane, who would you captain over the next 8 game weeks? Is there any fixture where you would captain the Man City player ahead of the Liverpool player? And if the answer is no, that tells you that you think the Liverpool players are going to score more points. Whether they do or not, we won't know until after the 8 game weeks. But if you think the X player is going to score more than Y player over the course of 7 to 8 game weeks, or if you think they're better captain options, then that automatically implies you think they're going to score more points. So, I don't know. Maybe this week. Look, fair enough. This week, Chelsea at home, I think could be okay for Man City. But Kante is back, and Chelsea haven't defended that well. They only conceded, was it 2 against Liverpool? Obviously, not to say that Man City can't score more. Obviously, they smashed them last year. But yeah, only 2 goals for Liverpool against Chelsea. It was away for Liverpool. That's the big difference. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Not going to cap. De Bruyne is obviously good money, but I got him in late. I got him in for 10.1 million. He's only gone up 0.1 million. Seems unlikely he'll go up too much more over the next few weeks. And there is no fixture I want to captain a Man City player in. God knows until when, to be honest. So, is Tielemans... Like, none of you will disagree with me when I say Lundstram is a better pick than Maguire, right? So that's a lock, absolutely. And then the only other sacrifice for me to get Mane for De Bruyne is Tielemans instead of Maddison. That's it. De Bruyne does look good. He looked good today. Could have had some more points. Don't get me wrong. But who got the points? Liverpool players. So, anyway, that's kind of my thinking, to be honest. I need a Man United attacker. Oh, you're so right. But look at what everyone was saying last time. You don't need Man City players. And now suddenly Martial, 2 assists, couple of bonus points, looking decent. Is Salah Mane double up viable if it means no City players? Look, I would just keep this simple, right? For most people, this obviously doesn't apply to absolutely everyone, right? But for most people, they own 1 Liverpool player already, right? So you're not, whether it's Salah or Mane, it does not matter. You're not going to get rid of him ahead of this. Let's just bring it up on the screen. Should do this more often, really. Obviously, you do have to worry about Gameweek 18 because Liverpool don't play. And Man City play Leicester, which is obviously going to be tough for both teams. And Spurs play Chelsea. So potentially not too many points to go around there. Maybe having 5 good defenders will be key. But when you look at Liverpool's fixtures... Oh, hang on. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Okay, hang on. I mean, I know you already know all these fixtures, but let's just bring them up on the screen anyway. These are Liverpool's fixtures coming up. Palace away. So granted, maybe Man City are better this week. Chelsea at home versus Palace away. And then Brighton at home, Everton at home, Bournemouth away. Everton at home is the one that I'd be a little bit cautious about captaining a Liverpool player. Just because yes, of course you'd bet on Liverpool winning, but it's a derby. You never know what's going to go down. And then maybe after the blank, look, maybe you could get rid of a Liverpool mid here because Leicester away, Wolves at home, and Sheffield United at home. It's not actually as easy as it probably looks on paper. But these fixtures are gold. Absolute gold. So if you already own Salah or Mane, which you probably do, one of, then yes, you have no City attack. But it doesn't matter. Like if you think the Liverpool player is going to outscore the City player, what more is there to think about? But the problem is people's fear because they won't see a City player in your team. But if you've got an extra Liverpool attacker, what's the problem? And the reason I'm looking at the double up in attack rather than defence is, and this is what I was saying earlier, let me get rid of this. Like, Soyuncu is currently playing for the team that's conceded the least amount of goals in the league. Leicester have got good fixtures up until Christmas. You've already got one Liverpool defender. Everyone's got Lundstram, and everyone's, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are scared to bench him anyway. And then Tomori's playing for Chelsea, and people, myself included, have said, oh, maybe defensively they've not been so good. But 3 clean sheets in the last 6, 50% clean sheet record is pretty decent. They do that over a season, that's 19 clean sheets. So you've got all these cheap defenders, so surely you put the money in attack. That's how I'm looking at it. Also, just to carry on, and you can see which way I'm siding on this. So I'm biased because I think it's the best way. But for me, being so low down the ranks, and again, the points are close in the ranks, so it's not, 600k is not completely awful right now. But Salah and Mane is going to be a huge differential. Like you say, De Bruyne is owned by 40%. Salah's only 27%. And Mane is 34%. So they're both owned by less than De Bruyne. They've both got the fixtures to outscore De Bruyne. Again, I know there's a price difference, so it's not completely, it's not completely like for like. But you could say the same for Sterling. And they can outscore it. So over Christmas, could I get 2 nailed-on players playing for the second best, if not the best right now, attacking team in the league? I think it's good. So I'm kind of going that way. The only thing I don't like is I'm going for Tielemans over Maddison. And I do think Maddison's the better option, but Tielemans saves you a lot of money. And they're both nailed, right? So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to keep Maguire this week. I'm going to do Yarmolenko to Tielemans. And then I'm going to take a 4-point hit to get rid of De Bruyne again. The only headache then is, who do you captain, Salah or Mane? Because I've said it quite a lot, and everyone says it a lot. Mane's so good at home, but Salah's got more points at home this week, I think. Not this week, sorry. Let me find the tweet a sec. Dun, 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 dun. Tielemans is 1 point off Mason Mount. Yeah, Tielemans is doing well. He's going to keep chipping in because he's playing for Leicester, second best team in the league right now. So let's just look at this. All right. I should do this more because I always talk about tweets and stuff, but then I never bring them up on screen. So there's this. I appreciate this is not the best production value, but look, it's my streams you're watching, right? He's got 7 attacking contributions at home in the Premier League this season. 6 goals, 1 assist. That's 2 more than Mane. Now everyone, including me, will have said that Mane is so good at home versus Salah, but Salah's been better, at least in attacking contributions. I don't know how the bonus worked out. Second most of any midfielder. So who do you captain for all those juicy home games? Do you just stick with Salah? Either way, I want Mane and Salah. So I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm fairly set on doing that. No Man City midfielders. But this is the thing. You know what you can do at some point? You can bring them back. Jack, what's the transfers? I've kind of been ranting about that for about the last 5 minutes. So literally, if you just go back 5 minutes, you'll see. His ankle is made of cheese strings. Avoid Salah. Is it though? If he keeps playing. Do you think Tielemans plays a bit too deep? The thing is, if you kind of look at the stats and stuff, even when you just watch the games, he does get into the box a bit. I mean, neither of them are in the box all the time. Like Harvey Barnes and Perez are usually more likely to be there, but they make these late runs. And so for shots in the box, Tielemans and Maddison are quite close. Obviously, Maddison has all the set pieces though, which is pretty big. Both of them are just always looking for Vardy. Salah about to go on a run. Look, I said in the last stream, and I can't find the tweet, so apologies for whoever tweeted it. Maybe if someone can find it, you can tweet it to me. Salah's stats and attacking contributions are basically the same at this stage of the season as they have been. I can't remember if it was just stats or got actual attacking returns as well. But they've both been pretty much the same for this season versus last season and versus the season he got 300 points. And this time last season is when he went on a run over Christmas. Now the difference was he had awful fixtures and idiots like me took him out. And he basically smashed it in every fixture. So, you know, we're saying that Salah's got this ankle problem. Well, he's 11 points behind Mane. And he's missed a game. He missed the Man United game. Granted, probably wouldn't have got too many points because Man United's defence is so good. But, you know, would anyone be surprised if in the next few weeks he overtakes Mane, even if it's slightly? I don't know. So I do think the biggest headache will be which one of them's captain. I think you would just have to pick one and go for it week in, week out. Well, week in, week out. Because if you keep swapping it, that's just gonna annoy you. Maddison has set piece advantage, but Tielemans is more creative in play and will keep up with Maddison. He is better value, granted. I think I'm going to get him. I think I'm going to get Tielemans. Yeah. I mean, Mount is obviously getting a bit frustrating, and people are looking at Pulisic, and I think fair play. He's absolutely smashing the points. You know, is that a transfer you're ever going to want to make? Probably not. But maybe it's like one of those transfers you have to make. You know, you should just do it, and then you're done. You know, at Man City away, probably not the game to do it. West Ham at home, Villa at home, Bournemouth at home. The next 4 after that is pretty decent. The Mount is obviously, he's still great value. If you look at like mids for 6.8 and under, there's him and Tielemans, McGinn, although he's kind of gone off the boil a little bit recently, and got really tough fixtures. So I'm not sure I'd want to keep him too much if you've got the money to upgrade. McNeil's slowly catching up, but there's not very many options in that price bracket still. Yeah, if you got Mount at 6 million especially, that is tough. Have I ever done a stream video without apologising for nothing? I don't know, but that's what English people do. Could I answer a question for you, please? I could. There you go. That's your one question answered now. You've had Maddison for weeks. He's shot me up the rankings. He plays further forward. I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Like, I've not checked the heat maps and stuff, but from watching the game, like, I've not watched all of Leicester's games, but, like, you know, just even taking the Arsenal game, they kind of take it in turns to go forward. And obviously they've got Ndidi behind, so they can both get forward. Like, I saw some people after the Southampton game. I didn't watch that game. Saying that Maddison was playing quite deep, and I think some of that was just frustration that they were like 6 or 7-0 up and he hadn't got any attacking returns. But from what I saw in the Arsenal game, he basically came deep to pick the ball up off the centre backs, while Ndidi goes a bit further forward. And then as Maddison comes out from defence, you know, they swap again, and Ndidi goes back. So I'm not really worried about Maddison or Tielemans in terms of getting forward. They're not going to be, you know, like a Mane or a Salah or whatever. They're playing 4-1-4-1, so obviously they can't bomb forward past Vardy, and they don't need to because obviously Vardy's so quick. It's not like Firmino bringing Salah and Mane into play and dropping deep. Vardy doesn't need to do that. It's not how Leicester play. But yeah, like, Leicester's so impressive, all over the place. Like, Evans and Soyuncu so good in centre back. They've got 2 good fullbacks. A lot of people saying it's a better team than the title winning team. Probably, yeah. Obviously, Mahrez is a bit of a miss, but Maddison's doing pretty decent. So I think a triple up on Leicester, such good value. Got a triple up on Chelsea, such good value. Triple up on Liverpool. Just see where it gets me. Okay, let's see. I feel like I've been chatting for ages, even though I guess I always chat because it is a stream where I talk. But maybe been talking about Liverpool for too much. So what do we think? Right, in the chat, give me your opinions. I mean, I know we've got a poll, but sometimes it's nice just to get a discussion out. Are you going to swap your Liverpool mid for your City mid for a Liverpool mid? It's not easy if you have a lot of money tied up into Bruyne. Yeah, maybe that will change my mind if I had a bit more. Yes, after Chelsea. No, absolutely yes, 100%. Liverpool defenders aren't great value. Yeah, they're a bit annoying because they can't get clean sheets. Sterling to Salah for me. What I will say is Sterling was very good. Now, I didn't see the whole of the game today, But I saw pretty much all of the second half. Sterling was very good, I thought. He got frustrated, I think, crowd getting on his back, and he just wanted to show him what he can do. But yeah, I mean, he could punish on another day. But we know that. But if you're not going to captain him, does it matter? City would always do well. If you don't have enough money to transfer De Bruyne out, I would keep him. De Bruyne looked good today. Yeah, he definitely could have had some assists. De Bruyne, that is. After your prognosis, think I'm going to do it. Look, have a long, hard think about it. It will be difficult to watch Man City games without owning any Man City players. What a weird season though, where I just don't want any of them. But I think that's just the way. It's just the way because prices are so high, like because they price players so well. To be fair, it's not that they're just high. You can't really have Salah, Sterling, De Bruyne, and Mane. I mean, you can, but you don't own Jamie Vardy. Then you probably don't have Vardy, Jimenez, Abraham, and Vardy's such a good price. Like, Vardy's currently my captain for this week, and I think that's probably going to stick. So it's hard to get rid of him. So especially if you've got a lower team value, you've got to take. Something's got to give, basically. Sterling was awful. I don't know. That's not. I mean, obviously nothing came of it, but I wouldn't say it was awful. You took a -30. Oof. I did tweet about this, but I celebrated the Vardy goal. My son actually said to me, that was like as if Man United had scored, basically. The way I said it was just like relief. It's just I took the hit after a bad week. Abraham already had his points, so it's like there's no way Vardy's going to blank it. So when he scored, I celebrated that. I went and got a beer straight away. It was gone in like 8 minutes. Anyway, that's kind of sidetrack. Oh yeah, you can't take a -30. That's a good point. Got to take a -28 or a 32. Man United seems to be turning around for good. I mean, at the end of the day, one of the reasons they've turned it around the last few games is the fixtures are there. They've had Norwich, Bournemouth, Brighton. The Bournemouth game, I don't know, it's still a bit rubbish. Liverpool before that was a good result as well. So yeah, last 4 fixtures have been good. But they've conceded 1 goal in every one of the last 4 games. Just 1. I mean, it's kind of my own fault for bringing in Maguire, because I did say it seemed very much like a few seasons ago probably quite a few seasons ago, when Spurs had the best defence in terms of goals conceded, but they kept conceding 1 every week. What would have been my extra transfer -12? Yeah, look, it's not hindsight. It would have definitely been Martial or Maddison in for Yarmolenko. Probably Maddison, to be honest. So it's a bit annoying because I haven't lost many points for that. I think he got 10, Yarmolenko got 2, and it would have been a 4-point hit. So I've lost 4 points from it. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. But obviously, the biggest difference is I would have already done it, and I would have still been up and had a free transfer this week. Now, if I take another -4 this week, can I claw it back as quick like I did last week? I think people are getting carried away with United, Norwich and Brighton, 2 teams stupid enough to be wide open against us. The thing with Man United for me is, like now, if I decide to bring Martial in, it's Sheffield United away, who we've seen how good they are defensively. Aston Villa at home, I think that's a really good fixture. Then Spurs at home, I wouldn't like to call that one. And then Man City away, which is going to be super tough. So for the next 4 fixtures, I'm probably put off Martial myself. That's my phone turning off. And I'll probably go for Maddison instead and just triple up on Leicester, because they got Brighton away, Dunk's out, Everton at home, Watford at home, and Villa away, and Norwich at home. So their next 5 fixtures are sweet, basically. And then it's Man City away, Liverpool at home over Christmas. So maybe at that point you get rid of them. But the next 5 are so good. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to bring in Maddison if I don't want Mane, or Tielemans if I do. Yamat's a good shout. The thing is, there's so many good, cheap defenders now, you can't have them all. You know, and again, it's about priorities. Do I want to prioritise getting Yamat in? Probably not. Lundstrom has to be the one, because I'm sure you already know this, all of you, but if we just bring up... okay, let me put these on the screen. Yeah, this is Sheffield United's fixture run. So obviously, I mean, look, I'm not going to debate whether Man United at home or Wolves away is good or not for Lundstrom. Look, if you've got him, I'm sure you're going to play him because of his attacking threat. I'm going to hope that I can get away with it for 2 more weeks. Maybe I won't, but I'm going to hope. And then I've got to get him in for game week 15. This is their run. I mean, you could even double up. But then you've got Tomori and Soyuncu who are cheap. And you've got a Liverpool defender as well. It's hard to fit in a double up on Sheffield United. The one way you could double up on Sheffield United if you wanted to is Pope to Henderson. Not this week because Henderson can't play against Man United. But from game week 15 you could do that. But this fixture run's too good. So I'm going to be bringing in Lundstrom for sure. So, you know, yeah, Matt, it's just not going to happen. He's been really good. You're absolutely right. Like, I wouldn't write him off or anything, but yeah, it's tough. It's just tough to have them all, basically. You've tagged me in a tweet. Okay, I don't really see anything. Did I watch the boxing? I did not. When you do the transfers, though, considering price rises, Mane's price will go up for sure. Let me have a look at FPL statistics. The thing is, it's an international break. I've already... You know, Maddison's going to go up in price, actually. Lundstrom's going up in price. Oh, I might have to check how much... I think I've got a little bit of leeway if I get Tielemans in, but I think I've even got, like, 0.5 million, maybe. I'm going to check instead in a sec. So, yeah, Mane's a little bit off going up in price. But he will do soon. Let me tinker a sec. Show you what I was thinking. So basically, Maguire, Yarmolenko. So Tielemans. I really think Richarlison's a good bet this week, by the way. If I was still doing the points prediction, he would be in. Yeah, see, there's hardly anything in it. 0.1 million. That is a bit frustrating. So if Lundstrom goes up tonight, then I can't afford any more price rises, and I don't want to do Mane this week either. So that's annoying, to be honest. I might have to have a think about that. I think if you're getting a Mane, it's worth getting Tielemans rather than Maddison. Or I have to get Tielemans instead of Maddison. It's the only way for me to do it. I mean, I could fund it by D-up down to like a 4 million or something. But that's another hit, and I don't know if that is worth it. So I can't do it. I can't make the transfers now. What's my other choice here? Don't think I have another choice. Don't think there's another way of doing it. Not getting Tielemans, I suppose. Yeah, I'll have to have a think about that. Where's the chat gone? I'm trying to tell myself I'm not worried about having no City players. Like, it's not having City players, yes, but it's having 2 Liverpool attackers. Harvey Barnes, yeah, but like, he just gets subbed quite. Like, Tielemans and Maddison are so nailed. They're the 2 that I want, basically. Is Chuanzebe a good shout? Not really, because he's not going to play most of the time. How much money will you have left over after the Mujan? Only 0.1 million. if I made them all right now. But I'm not going to take a -8 to do it this week. No way. Don't think. Maybe. I think it is tempting. I can't do it. Can't do it. Because I have to take the -8. Otherwise I have to play Yarmolenko again this week. Just don't really want to do that. Mount down. It's extra transfers. Anytime I have to make another move, it's just extra transfers. So do a -4 this week. Yeah, but it would have to be. It would have to be Lundstrom Lundstrom and Tielemans in. Yeah, maybe. Lundstrom and Tielemans in might not be the worst. But I'd have to do it tonight though. Bloody Lundstrom rising again. The thing is, Lundstrom and Mane are both. It looks like they're both going to rise. Within this international break, they're both going to rise. So I'd have to get one before the rise, and obviously then I can take the other rise. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. The alternative would just be to keep De Bruyne and do Yarmolenko to Maddison, to be honest. Diop to Ruka to free up down. The thing is though, here's the thing with, you know, making the transfers over a few weeks. You're basically, all your transfers are then locked up just to get one player in. Mane, essentially. And the further down the line you do it, the less of the good fixtures you... Well, basically, the more of the good fixtures you miss. So it's a tricky one, to be honest. You're fixated on Tielemans as a couple... I really want triple Leicester, though, with their fixtures. I'm not sure there's too many players cheaper than Tielemans that are worth the money right now. Mane, Salah, Sterling, a juggling act that most will lose. Absolutely. Do I want Salah to Mane? Not really. I want both. I want Salah and Mane. Have I considered Willian for Yarmolenko? He's played really well, for sure, but I can't get another Chelsea player in. So, nope. I think the thing with Martial versus Maddison, it's just the fixtures that would put me off Martial now. Okay, Sterling to Salah. I think it could pay off. I'm not sure I would do it this week, though. I think you give it one more week, one more game week. Job done. Time for my wildcard. It's already gone. It's already gone. I don't have my wildcard now. Not until the second half of the season. Maddison is a must. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. What about double up on Liverpool defenders? Nah, I'm not going to do that. There's too many other defenders offering good returns, basically. Am I tempted by Pulisic? Yeah, I think you have to be tempted by him because he's done so well. And he's just racking up points anytime he plays. He looks to be first choice right now. Always a chance Hudson-Odoi plays, of course. But it's a sideways move, and I've got other stuff to do. So for me, it's like it's a situational thing. I can't really get him in my team. Would I consider Mount to Tielemans? No, not really. Don't think I need to do that. Ings is 6 million. Is that better than a 6 million midfielder? It probably is, to be honest, if he can stay fit. There's not really too many midfielders around. Like, let me go to midfielders. So yeah, like you've got the likes of Perez, etc. But you know, McNeil at Burnley did really well this week. Played really well. Fixtures are okay-ish. Yarmolenko, no. Daniel James, maybe. I don't know. I think 6 million is a bit of a tricky price point to be honest. It's not a huge amount. This Southampton guy, I don't even know how you pronounce his name. Where's he from? Genipo. Lot of love for him. Played 90 this week as well. 5.2 million. Williams for me. I mean, he's not going to play. Like he's actually young. Will come back into the team. Jimenez injured. I mean, he's a knock. I don't know what happened there. Is it an international knock? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think you need to worry about Jimenez. If it comes to next week, the end of next week, and we're still worrying about him, we'll look at it then. You really don't need Mane, just give you a headache for captain. I would just pick a captain and play them every week, to be honest. And what rank would I consider deleting my team? I wouldn't. Never do that. Come on. Best goalkeeper until Gameweek 19. Probably Henderson, but not this week. Because he can't play. If you have to get him in this week, it gets a bit trickier. Is the one move upgrading Diop to Robbo? No, I don't think so. I can't do that. Got 2.1 million. I see. Now this is what I was saying just a minute ago. Mane at home, Salah captain away. As I showed earlier, Salah's got more returns at home than Mane. So 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 for Salah. I don't know. I'm assuming they've played the same. Yeah, Mane hasn't missed a game. Oh no, he missed the first game, didn't he? So nothing against Arsenal. 2 goals against Newcastle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 attacking returns for Mane. 7 for Salah at home. So is Mane over Salah at home a thing? Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, I could do Maguire to Lundstrom, De Bruyne to Mane, and then I get in the 2 players that are rising, and I could get Tielemans the week after. But then I have to play one of Yarmolenko, Dendonka, Tomori, or Diop. That's horrible. Tempted. We'll do the polls, I don't know, in about 5 minutes. Before we do that, I'm going to shout out the patrons. So thanks for all their support. You can really see my light's not working again. I hate this stupid thing. All the producers on screen, thanks very much for all your support. A new Patreon, Kim S. Thank you for signing up. Slack invite has gone out to you already, so check Patreon messages for that. If you want to check it out, link is in the description below. Click on that, you can sign up if you want. Slack invites go out straight away, and the league codes go out at the start of the month, so the next one will be in December. Let me see how the November league is going. Here we go, let me bring it up on screen. I'm going to be doing this all the time now. We'll do the top 10. So these are the top 10. 183 points this week, 88 points this week as well. So it's pretty close to the top. 156 plays 152. Adrian versus Dan. So obviously a couple more weeks to go. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you want to sign up for Patreon, links in the description below. Make sure you check it out. If you want to know what it is, honestly, check the link below and see. How come it goes fuzzy? Because the light is not on. And so a green screen does not work very well without good light. So it doesn't look too bad here because of the colour background. It's much more noticeable on other screens. So insured Trent. Yeah, maybe I'll get rid of Trent. Maybe that's the play. Just get rid of him for Lundstrom. Job done. Thoughts on Firmino to Vardy? That's a really tough one because obviously Vardy in such good form. Don't really see that going away. But Firmino's got the fixtures coming up. So if you wanted a massive differential, you could keep Firmino. If you want to captain Vardy this week and you're worried about him, make the swap. I'd definitely not get rid of Trent, by the way. That was just a joke. Should Sané be a consideration when he's back? Let's wait until he's back. See how he slots in. Don't think we need to worry about that. It's very hard to just go against Vardy right now. There's almost zero argument about why you shouldn't have Vardy in your team. See, that was a very diplomatic way of not saying he's essential. Six blanks in a row for me. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. If you catch him on a hot streak, it's great, and they do have the fixtures for it. But you know, it's hard to justify him over the Vardster, basically. Mane is a set and forget captain, absolutely. If you've got him, looks great for the upcoming fixtures. It'd be interesting to see whether people captain Liverpool players versus Vardy this week. Crystal Palace, I don't think they've done as well as I probably think they have this season. I'll have to check the stats and the goals against and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot of love. There's going to be a lot of love for Vardy. But Crystal Palace away is just not a fixture I usually like captain a player in. The camera's lagging, I know. Palace do have good fixtures coming up, but who do you want? Gary Cahill, maybe? Not sure about Zaha. I don't know if he's performing well enough, to be honest, or ever will. I'm going to do the polls now. Let me do a quick refresh. PVA. Again, they're so expensive versus what we can get elsewhere. Should we ship Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne for Liverpool mid? 61% of you saying yes, absolutely. Get rid of those Man City players. Best option. Madison or Martial. Madison 70%, Martial only 30%. So not too much love for Martial there. Is a Leicester triple up essential? Obviously, when you put the essential word in, it's yeah. But 51% saying no. And will you double up on Liverpool mid? 71% of you saying no. I may be sticking with two or just going with double defence instead. 29% of you saying yes, you're going to double up. So interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I do think having two Liverpool players is better than having one Liverpool, one Man City, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that is just me. Martial has bad fixtures. Yeah, they're not the greatest over the next four, to be honest. Everyone's saying good evening. So harsh on Emery. If so many people are getting rid, you're keeping. Interesting. Should we stay away from Arsenal players? I mean, who would you even want to get? Aubameyang, Lacazette. Lacazette's the same price as Vardy. Aubameyang's too expensive for me. And who else is there in the Arsenal team? Who else is there you even think is going to start week in, week out? That's the problem with that. This is the beauty of the Leicester players. You know Maddison, Tielemans, the defence and Vardy are nailed on. You know for Chelsea, Mount, Abraham, Tamori, whoever else nailed on. Liverpool, second best, if not close to Man City attacking team. You know that Salah and Mane and Firmino are going to start pretty much every game, and so are the fullbacks. These are the players you want, especially coming up to December. I don't think there will be that much rotation. There hasn't been for the last couple of seasons, so we do overplay it a bit, but you still want those players that are guaranteed to pretty much play every game. Ings versus Jimenez. I think Jimenez. Obviously, there's a money difference, but I don't think that's a close call at all, to be honest. Good fixtures for Wolves. He's in really great form. He's a pretty good price, even if he's more expensive than Ings. Nowhere near as injury prone. Ozil, but is Ozil going to start next week? No one can say that. Wan-Bissaka versus Sheffield United. I mean, I think I've given up trying to predict what's going to happen in Sheffield United games. Probably keep a clean sheet. Could I take a -8 this week? Lundstram, Mane, Tielemans in. I'd have to make it quick though. -8 so early in the week. Can't do it. Is it a good idea to bring in triple Liverpool with a blank in Gameweek 18? I think it depends how quickly you can do it. Because if you do it now, you get 5 games out of them. So I think that's okay. But obviously, the longer you leave it, the less games you get before that blank. Do I think Pepe is a flop? I think it's too early to say that, to be honest. Way too early. Like, Emery rotates so much. Maybe Lundstram will get in the England squad. Only took a -4 this year. Trying to limit hits. Last year you missed top 10k by -4. But did you get close to top 10k because of the hits you took? You know, swings and roundabouts. Why have you got Maguire? Look, I keep asking myself that question. If I got Lundstram in, you know, I'd have the money. I'd have the extra money. I would have got the price rise. I'd have that 21 points. But I didn't. And that's it, really. It happened. I made a mistake. I'll rectify it eventually. Just how quickly I'll do it. Who's the least sexy Premier League player? Matic, Soyuncu. Come on, he's a legend. I love Soyuncu even more now because he tweeted that Lord Farquhar gif, which is pretty funny. Right, I think I'm going to leave it there just because we've got international break to come. Loads more to talk about when that ends, and obviously potential injuries and stuff. What was I going to say? Next stream will be a week Thursday. There won't be one this Thursday or at the weekend just because it's international break and stuff. If you want to check out OneFootball, link is in the description, or just search OneFootball on Android OS stores. If you want to check out Patreon, link is also in the description as well. There will be videos this week. I'm not sure exactly on what. I'll figure it out, and then we'll do the normal stuff next week. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Hit a like on the stream. Be much appreciated. Lots of you watching tonight, so thanks very much for that. Thank God for a good week. I couldn't have gone with another sub-40 week going into the international break. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Congratulations if you did well in Game Week 12. We'll do it all again in 2 weeks. Enjoy the break. Take a bit of time off, but obviously set aside some time to watch all the videos I put out. And I will catch you soon.